How many times have you seen a promo delivered in pro wrestling that's full of overused words and completely nonsensical phrases that not one civilian in 2022 would ever use? Today's episode of World-Beater Wrestling is all about worthless words in promos and some things you should think about the next time you get time on the mic. I find that in pro wrestling, we often tend to fall back on things that defy logic because it's what we've always seen others do. We've never really questioned it. This is particularly suitable when it comes to the in-ring, but even more so common when it comes to promos. Phrases like "you see" and "you know" and "without a shadow of a doubt" and so on, I'm sure you can think of plenty, are used as time fillers, but for me, they're just time wasters. Just like you might have 5 minutes in the ring where you want to maximize every single minute that you have to tell your story, a promo's no different. You might have 1, potentially 2 minutes to get your point across in the most succinct and the most logical and understandable way possible. But using words and phrases that add nothing to your story just give the audience an opportunity to zone out. And that goes for a lot of little attention signals that we subconsciously use, like okay, all right, now, so. And I'm as guilty as anyone. I'm sure you've seen it in every single video I've ever uploaded to this channel. And if you don't know what your subconscious buzzword is, check out your latest podcast interview and enjoy the cringe. So my suggestion is just get the reps in. Practice your promos as often as possible. In the car, in the shower, in front of the mirror. We often fill dead air with words because we feel uncomfortable. But be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Use those pauses. Use those few seconds between the sentences to let things breathe. Let your points be felt and understood. Show the way that you're feeling in the same way that we leave time in between spots in the ring to make sure that they're understood and digested by the audience. Promos work in exactly the same way. Eliminate those unnecessary words until you no longer have to think about the verbiage, and now you can spend more time focusing on the emotion and the stories you're trying to tell. So that's another week of World-Beater Wrestling. If you have any comments or questions in relation to the promos or anything else, drop it in the comments box below. As always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you next week for another episode of World-Beater Wrestling.
If you want to see more videos like this, click on the subscribe button, spread the word, and if you have any questions or requests for World-Beater Wrestling, don't be afraid to comment below.